All right, they shipped this out on Monday, and we finally got it, the Fast TT. I have a Felt IA3 as my cockpit, so I ordered the universal plate for the Felt as well as the angled adapter. So there's the adapter for the Felt IA3. These are the main holes that you'd have for the cockpit. I haven't seen a lot of unboxing videos for this yet, so I'll just do the whole thing. So this is your Aero bar accessories here. And then you have obviously the star of the show here, which are the handlebars. I will unbubble wrap these. Kids are gonna love this bubble wrap. Wow, I'm actually more impressed with the weight of these things and the look of them than I was when I saw them online. Wow, that's a good looking bar. Wow. So start out the unboxing of these here. So shout out to Wayne. He said, "Hi Kyle, thanks for supporting Fast TT. Regards, Wayne." Thank you, Wayne. All right, so here are the the adjustable angled risers. As you can see here, it's labeled. These are going to be able to get you up to 15% angled rise here. It's adjustable once you put them on. We'll see that later. These here looks like the grips for around the handles. Those are going to be my grips here. We get some anti-Cs or anti-Cs, whatever English you speak. Here's the cable puller, and then you have the base plate. All right, so this is my current setup here. The real reason I'm actually swapping these out is because whenever you put too much pressure on these Felt handlebars, once you put that carbon fiber grease in there, even with it, when I hit a bump, it will shoot this thing outward. And I actually had to do it twice to me on my last one. So, by the way, don't mind this. This is a working project in here. I'm gonna swap these out and just stay tuned. All right, so this might be the unconventional way of doing it, but I'm gonna take the handlebars off first. I'm gonna take these mounts and handlebars off first, and then they're gonna be pulled to the back, and then I'm gonna install the new adapter plate here and on its location, and then we'll move forward from there. These have a 40 millimeter spacer here. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take it from here. We're just gonna place that adapter on top, see how we like it. So I still have all the original pieces that came with the bike. I bought it used, but the old owner had a really good, did a really good job of keeping all of them. So just all these individual spacers in between here. Just make sure you have those, and you actually have some extra ones from before. All right, so you're gonna want to take your adapter plate, and you can actually use it either direction that you want. So I'm gonna place it in the forward position there. Make sure that you have these small washers that fit on top, and as you set those there, one key thing here that I want to mention, I just went through them. There's a bunch of different size bolts that you're going to have within your kit. There are some bolts that are too long. This one is too long. You got to find the one that's just right. All right, so this is a part of the video where I talk about how I'm going to put the anti-Cs on all of the bolts that I have here. However, don't do that. Don't do that. So if you read into the instructions for the Fast TT, it's gonna tell you to actually use Loctite or anti-Cs, right? And what I did was I went out and did a 56-mile ride. I was very excited to try these new handlebars out. And what you're gonna want to do is use the Loctite 242, I believe is the number, the blue one, or you can use any Permalock or whatever brand it is, but it's 242. It's going to be basically your medium Loctite. So that's something I wanted to add here. And then make sure that you're tightening these down to roughly 8 Newton meters. That's the recommendation that was put for the IA3. And yeah, so definitely use Loctite on these because the vibration and the movement is going to loosen your bolts, because mine loosened during my ride. So back to the video. So this in between here, these two circles here, I'll bring this over. These two holes right here are going to be between the arms hydration. That's what those are for. And then now that you can see it, it's a little bit raised because of your natural raise that you have here. So you don't have to get a bunch of spacers, which is the nice part about getting this adapter plate. So now you've got it already a raised platform ready to install the next part. So let's move right into that. So I just wanted to show you how this works here, this mechanism. So it's, as it slides back, as this is flat on your adapter plate, is your 10 degrees, 15, 20, and up to 25 degree. What you'll do is you'll use this bolt on the inside to tighten it down, and it'll put it at that 25 degree. Another piece that Fast TT sells, which I might get in the future, is it's an extender plate. So you can actually put the extender directly here, and then now you can put the actual the base plate up further forward, and that way it gives you a little bit more leverage. So all right, so looking at the instructions back here on the computer, so they have a top-down bolt arrangement. They have top-down, which actually fit directly into that plate that we just installed here. So the top-down arrangement, you're going to want to put the bolt with a washer on it, and then you're going to feed it directly into the piece here. What you wanted to do is actually take this top piece off so you can have access to it. So we removed the top, which I just showed you, where you can adjust the 10 to 25 degree. And then we're going to place this bolt inside and align it with the threads for the top down. You're again going to want to put the anti-seize on here just because there's so much perspiration. It's going to be up here from dripping sweat or rain or whatever it may be. And we're going to want to use that anti-seize. So let's put some anti-seize on this thing, and then we'll start tightening all 4 of these. All right, so now that we got this in here, we got just tighten these down. So these are actually slightly adjustable. You can see here how they move forward and backwards. Also another note, 10 in the back, 25 in the front. So you can see here, it actually has a channel here for your cable, for this cable here, which we're going to install in a little bit. If you want to install a little further forward or more centered, I'm going to go with the centered. So it's supposed to be 5 NMs here, Newton meters, because you don't want to over tighten these. You don't want to over tighten these and strip anything. Now we're going to want to reinstall this angled, the angled mount, the riser here. So make sure that you put it on the right one. In the back, you're going to have your little slit, which is going to be the rear. And don't forget, like I always did, use the washer they said that they gave you. This is going to get the Loctite on as well, or the anti-seize. You're going to want to put this on here, and then also you're going to want to go to 12 Newton meters NMs when you are tightening this. I'm probably going to prefer being all the way up to 25, but we'll see. I'll just tighten it down a little bit here so we can see. So you might prefer being all the way on the 10 at first, just so you can mount everything a little bit easier. That's what I'm going to do here, is just keep it on 10 all the way towards the back, just so it's flat and way easier to mount. And then once it's on there, we'll be able to bring it forward and tighten it down. All right, next up is the mounting plate. So this is going to be the Fast TT one. So what you're going to do is have your angled here. We have it a little flat right now. Interesting part is you can put this here and then you can adjust it whichever direction you want. So you can have it, bring it all the way in. You can have it a little wider. It recommends that we put the plate on. I mean, you can even turn it inward if you really wanted to. If you wanted them inward a little bit more and a closer grip, if you don't have a wide, shoulder base, or you prefer more of an aggressive posture. So again, you want to use the anti-seize on everything that you use. You're going to want to use these silver ones here, and then you're going to have these black bolts here for whenever we attach the actual Fast TT bars. But that's the next step. So I just decided to try and mimic these two a little bit. A little wider in the front, so it'd be more of an aggressive angle here towards the center. So about the same spacing here. The thing I wanted to point out was in the middle here, you could see you still have access to your adjustment for your adjustable riser here. So just a good note there. Note that it says a minimum of 3 bolts to be used for mounting bars, tightened to 5 Newton meters of torque. You can see how they line up here. I'll get these circles lined up. So you can have a little bit further on the outside, or you could bring them closer to the inside. So it's really customizable about that. And then you also have your angle of adjustment. and then you'll have your angle adjustment here as well. So they're very, very adjustable. So let's see what I decide to do. A couple things I wanted to highlight here. The front, you can actually figure out if you want a Garmin. I have a Garmin, I think it's 1040. And then you can place it on there. Underneath it, it's actually got some adjusters. So which angle you like, so you can loosen this up here. Sorry for the change of focus. This here, and you can actually have it. So I'm eventually going to turn these in a little bit more, and you can change it where it's just like slightly canted whenever it's looking like this. But once these are canted and up, it's going to be straight on with your handlebars. So it's one little feature. Other thing I was thinking was the multitude of choices here. So like I got these choices here. Underneath it, it's got another set that runs on the outside here, and it's a 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. It's in between these. So you can place these slightly outward. You can place them further back, further forward. I'm 6'2", whatever that is in centimeters. If anybody's watching it, that is. So I like where it actually places it forward. There might be a chance that I could go back a little bit further, but right now I'm just going to angle these in with some of the adjustments on the inside of the base plate here. You can't see right now, but we showed earlier, and I'll show you how to do that in a sec. What we're going to do is we're going to take the tape off. You can see the one behind it. We're going to take the tape off here, and you're going to kind of like twist it just slightly. And inside it has a you can see it has broken away already because I've done this just kind of learning it. It's a support system inside that expands as you twist it, and what it'll do is it'll break apart for you like this here, and then you just reassemble it, and it'll push it back out to put it into the new tube. Now, okay, and with this cord here, you're going to trace it down the tube all the way out, and it's going to be connected to I have the old system here. I'm not sure if the new one's exactly like this, but you're going to trace it and then find it, and then you're going to unplug it directly from here. So once you've done that, you've unplugged it, we're going to just pull this all the way through. I did pull a rubber spacer out of mine. Just push this through. Just be really careful not to tug on this too much. And then we're going to run it through the handlebar up here at the top. And we're going to bring it out through. There's a small hole right here. And then we're going to run it straight down between the two. And then behind here. And then we're going to try and make it real pretty, bring it across, and maybe bring it to a point here. Bring it back in through here, and then back to its housing position inside my snack or whatever extras compartment. All right, so again, we took this out of the other handlebar, and just make sure it's clean, not sticky, no residue or anything like that. It might have a little salt on it. Salty sweaters, I guess. All right, so what we'll do is it's the included wireframe. I've already installed it on this one, just wanted to make sure I knew how to do it before I explained it. If you look closely here, and then you look at this one, it's kind of like a male and female end, and can place that right through. So we'll start here, go from the bottom of this tube, and press it up. Then after that, you're gonna grab a hold of it, so it's got a good grip, and it's literally this simple. Just pulls it right through. Undo it here. These are ready at the top. What you'll do is you'll tighten one direction and then it'll loosen another one. So we're going to place this one in, start loosen it up a little bit. We'll twist to the right and hold the bottom piece left, or still, open it to the right. We'll slide this in. Make sure it's spinning freely down here. So you don't want to force this in. Make sure it goes in. There you go. And then you'll hold the bottom here, and then you'll twist this. And then when you want it to get aligned, we just kind of like move that, allow that bottom piece to move freely. And we'll tighten it back up. It's just like this, and then tighten it up. And we're about right where I want it to be at, so I can see the Shimano. I can see have the good grip. All right, that's about good right there. You'll reroute it back into your cable compartment essentially. And once you've made sure there's enough room from your cable compartment, you're just gonna place it back into the location where it was at before. And the best way that you could test this, best way to test it is just pressing your two keys and making sure that it's all working. And then obviously make sure your other two are activating it as well. So we're about done now. We just gotta clean up a little. All right, so after a little cleaning up, not in the background, that is, enough cleaning up around the bike. Yeah, this is, I think this looks really good. Got a nice aggressive rise here, our angle. There we go, fast CT.